Welcome everyone to another startup and automobile documentation. What we have today is a 2017 Kia Sorento EX. This Sorento is painted in the Remington Red exterior color. It does have smart key access at the front doors. And on the key fob we have the buttons for lock, unlock, lift gate release, and panic. Storage and bottle holders in the front door panels, your power windows, locks, and mirrors. This one has the satin black interior color scheme, and the EX trim comes with leather seats as standard. Both front seats are fully powered, and the driver's seat also has two-way power lumbar support. Now that we're behind the wheel, let's go ahead and start the engine. And it does have push-button ignition. The Kia Sorento is a popular contender in the midsize crossover segment. Its closest competitors include the Honda Pilot, Toyota Highlander, and Ford Explorer, among others. The Sorento made its debut in North America for the 2003 model year, and as of 2026 is currently in its fourth generation. While the first generation Sorento actually utilized a rear-wheel drive-based body-on-frame platform, from the second generation onward the Sorento has used a front-wheel drive-based unibody platform. For most of its existence, it has also been mechanically related to the Hyundai Santa Fe. This 2017 example represents the third generation of the Sorento, codenamed UM, which was sold in the US market from model years 2016 through 2020. This generation does offer either 2 or 3 rows of seats. For 2019, the Sorento got its mid-cycle refresh in the US market, which updated the styling, made the third-row seats standard, and added some new features. The 2-liter turbo engine was also dropped that year, and V6 models got a new 8-speed transmission. That of course makes this 2017 a pre-facelift model. The US market 2017 model year Sorento came in 5 trim levels, which included L, LX, EX as shown here, SX, and SX Limited. There were 3 engines to choose from. First, there was a 185 horsepower 2.4-liter naturally aspirated inline-4, which was standard on L and LX models. Next was a 240 horsepower 2-liter turbo inline-4, which is standard on the EX. Finally, there was the engine this example has, a 290 horsepower 3.3-liter V6, which was optional on LX and EX and standard for the SX and SX Limited. The sole transmission was a 6-speed automatic. The standard drivetrain was front-wheel drive, with this example's Dynamax all-wheel drive being an option from the LX trim up. So in the instrument cluster, we have 3 analog gauges, your tachometer, fuel gauge, and temperature gauge, with your speedometer and everything else being located in the center, of course, in a digital display. You can go through the information display with these controls on the steering wheel. So on this menu, you have your digital speedometer, your range, trip computers, that kind of stuff. You have your radio info, tire pressure, service indicator, and then various settings. It has a 3-spoke design, leather-wrapped, and multifunctional steering wheel. It does have sport grips. And as for controls, on this side you will find your audio controls, along with your Bluetooth phone controls. While on this side you will find your cruise control and information display controls. The steering wheel is manually tilting and telescoping. The parking brake is foot operated. You have your power fuel door release, panel dimmer, traction control, and you can also toggle your blind spot monitors. Climate vent for the driver. On this side is your exterior lighting stock. And on this side is your wiper stock. So going down the center of the interior, you have your central climate vents, along with your central infotainment system with a touchscreen, as well as some physical controls along the side. The system we will go over more in a bit. You have your hazard light switch. Now it does come with dual zone automatic climate controls. You have temperature for either side, auto, sync, your fan speed, bring up the climate screen, defrosters, different zones, etc., along with 3-stage seated front heats. Behind this cover is some storage, along with 2 12-volt power outlets, as well as an aux port and a USB-A port. Next to the shifter, you have 2 cup holders. Entering reverse does reveal a backup camera with guidance lines. Little bit of storage. You can toggle your parking sensors as well as your center diff lock / all-wheel drive lock. You have 3 drive modes. You have normal as well as eco and sport. Center console with some storage, including another USB-A port and a removable tray. The glove box is lockable. You have vanity mirrors and lights for both sun visors, as well as card holders. Overhead grab handles. You have an auto-dimming rearview mirror. And on the overhead console, you have some storage, along with your overhead reading lamps. And here is the infotainment system in this 2017 Sorento EX. So we do have a pretty nice touchscreen interface. You have a configurable home screen. Again, some shortcuts along here. But starting from all menus, we have radio. Now you do have AM, FM plus Sirius XM, but then you also still have a CD player as well. Nice for those who still enjoy listening to their physical collection or prefer it. Then you have Pandora. Of course, phone brings up all your Bluetooth settings, that kind of stuff. Pair of phone. You have SoundHound. Climate screen tells you what climate controls are dialed in. SiriusXM data, so if you have a subscription, you can do your local fuel prices, weather, that kind of stuff. Then under setup, there's quite a lot of stuff. Sound settings, display settings, I'm not going to go through all of it. Apps info, it's mostly stuff you've already seen. Pretty easy to use, still a pretty responsive screen, even though it's getting pretty old now. Definitely gets the job done. No navigation, but of course that's what the higher trim levels are for. So not too bad of a system. But now we'll roll down the driver's window and have a look at the engine bay. The driver's window is fully automatic. EX models came with 18-inch alloy rims. As you can see, these are two-tone with a 10-spoke design. This EX is powered by the Sorento's top engine for 2017, the Hyundai Kia Lambda 2 3.3-liter naturally aspirated V6. It has an aluminum block and heads, dual overhead camshafts, 4 valves per cylinder, variable valve timing, and direct injection. Horsepower is rated at 290 at 6,400 RPM, and torque is rated at 252 pound-feet at 5,300 RPM. The engine is paired to a 6-speed automatic transmission with a manual shifting mode, and power is sent to all 4 wheels via Kia's optional Dynamax all-wheel drive system. Running on regular unleaded with an 18.8-gallon fuel tank, EPA estimates are 18 mpg in the city and 25 mpg on the highway. It has a McPherson strut front suspension and a multi-link rear suspension. 4-wheel disc brakes are standard. The max tow capacity for a V6 all-wheel drive model is 5,000 pounds. The fuel cap is on the driver's side. It does have roof rails. Bottle holders in the back door panels as well. And you also have manually adjusted sunshades. Right, here we are in the third row of the Sorento. So third row passengers do get their own set of climate vents on either side. A little bit of storage, a cup holder. Then you also have a rear climate control dial. On, off, change how fast it's blowing. But space back here, I'm about 6'1", and obviously it's not going to be very spacious or comfortable. I could definitely fit back here and ride back here if I had to. But as you can see, and I will say it does help having the adjustability of the second row. You can recline the second row, push it up, slide the whole seat up. So if you absolutely had no choice but to ride back here in an emergency or something, it's definitely doable. But as you can see, you're going to be kind of scrunched up. My head's kind of hitting the roof. But it is still nice to have a third row seat if you need it, or if you just have lots smaller people who are comfortable riding back here. Map pockets on the backs of the front seats. Coat hooks back here. Again, those second row sunshades. Second row passengers also get their own set of climate vents. And down here, you have a 12-volt power outlet and a USB-A port. In addition, you also have a folding center armrest with 3 cup holders. And then the second row seat itself, you can slide it back and forth, and you can also recline it quite a ways back. So second row comfort is definitely very good, very flexible, and even if you have to have people riding in the third row, again, you can adjust the second row up so it's more comfortable for them as well. So I do like that, having a pretty practical, flexible interior. I'd say a Sorento like this is quite a nice used bargain. If you don't want to break the bank with a brand new crossover for 50 grand for a base model or anything like that, this thing's got a good amount of stuff. It's nicely equipped. You have leather seats, power heated front seats. It looks pretty nice. You have the all-wheel drive capabilities on this one, plus the V6 if you want more power than the base 4-cylinder. So very solid. You get quite a lot of vehicle, and again, very practical. Single exhaust, rear wiper. Seven-seater Sorentos offer 11.3 cubic feet of cargo space with all the seats up, 38 cubic feet with the third row folded down, and 73 cubic feet with both the third and second rows folded down. Anyhow, thanks for checking out this tour of this 2017 Kia Sorento. And as always, stay on the lookout for future tours.